5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Joev14 here for our 4th episode of Facecast. Triple I Facecast, and I'm here with
Mesonak from the TTV podcast, obviously.
Kini Hawkeye, also from the TTV podcast.
And then we've also got LJ, who is not able to join the call, but he'll be typing stuff in the chat. And then we've also got another guest,
Jeyo.
Yeah. He's a friend of mine from the Exo-Force and Galaxy Squad wikis, and thought I might extend an offer for him to join us because he seems to know his stuff about Legos and Star Wars and stuff. So
You're so kind.
If you need to drop out at any point, Kini, if you're just so tired, you can just drop out if you need to. We've got a pretty...
No, it's fine. I'm just trying not to have my ridiculously loud yawns get picked up by the mic. It's hard to mute fast.
You're so kind.
I know. I'm the kindest person alive. I mean, what? No.
Okay, so let's just start off with segment 1, my review of the Dino Attack T1 Typhoon. Let's get
You actually got this thing.
Yes, I actually, as this is going to sound crazy, I got 3 of them.
That does sound quite crazy.
Yes, so I'm selling one to a friend of mine, and then I got another one that's basically as good as sealed. It's been opened, but it has never been built, so I'm going to sell that one as well. So I'm just keeping one for myself, but I happened to win 2 others in auctions, and figured I'd just sell them again for more money. So, yep. So there's some comparisons to it. I'm just going to start off by saying this exceeded my expectations. I was expecting a lot, and I got even more than what I expected. This thing is absolutely huge. It is like 3 studs longer than the Malevolence, which is double the price.
Yeah, I see you did a comparison.
Yes, and it's just amazing. And on top of that, see, the Malevolence just comes by itself. With the T1 Typhoon also comes with Pteranodon and a giant T-Rex. So.
Oh yeah.
Malevolence is also a licensed theme, so it's like, they're always expensive than the unlicensed themes.
Mm-hmm.
Get that standard price inflation.
Plus, it's also a newer set, and 2005 to 2007, Lego had pretty decent prices, but it's just been going up since 2008.
No.
Yeah.
Because it's been going up, though.
Okay, so a little bit about this set. Its number is 7477. It is the largest set in the Dino Attack theme, and incidentally, by itself is as expensive as all of the other 4 sets combined. So it's pretty big. It's got a lot of guns as opposed to the Iron Predator, which just has this giant one cannon. If it misses, it can't shoot anymore. Whereas the T1 Typhoon has like loads of guns all over the place. It's never ever gonna run out of weapons to kill dinos with.
I'm noticing that.
It came with 4 minifigures by default. It can hold up to 8. I would have felt a little bit better if they would have given you at least 5, because you can have 2 in the pilot seats, 1 in the turret, and then you just got 1 left over. It would have felt better if they gave you at least 2 extras. But I'm not going to complain because I got a bunch of extra minifigures, so I'm pretty happy. I made a few changes to this that you guys can't see in the pictures because I took them before I made the modifications, but what I did is I added some trans clear tubes with the green gel inside to the backs of the guns, so it looks like it's feeding like some sort of chemical into it.
Yeah.
This set is very easy to add to and still feel like it's a good set. It was only $70, and that still just blows my mind how cheap it was. Now back then I was like only 8 or 9 years old, so $70 seemed like a lot, but it's a really good price nowadays considering how much stuff costs.
I'm sorry, $70 still sounds like a lot to me. That's a whole video game.
Well, what?
Was that, Joe?
How much did it cost when it was first released?
70. I got mine for 77 with shipping, so that's pretty fair.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So you got it for the same price?
$7 more, but that includes shipping.
That including shipping. I mean.
Logic would dictate
don't
the
know about
price
you
would go
guys.
down. But yeah, I agree with you, Kini.
Except it's a very high demand set. Even today, people want it. Like a sealed one goes for like $200 now.
Maybe it's just me being cynical. But it doesn't really strike me that Dino Attack would be the kind of thing that people would have high demand for out
It's
of
not
all
so
of
much.
Lego.
It's not so much Dino Attack. It's just it's this giant, awesome helicopter. People don't necessarily
I
care
hear
about the theme.
There's also something to be said for the fact that the line only ran for like what, a year.
Yeah.
They did have great minifigures though, compared to most others.
Yeah, each one was completely customized. Only one minifigure's head was carried over into another theme, which was Spec's head, the gray head with the eyes showing. That went into Mars Mission, but other than that, all of them still remain exclusive to this theme alone.
That's nice.
I mean, I don't remember Specs' head being in the other themes. I would have thought it would be Digger's.
No,
Digger.
it uses Spec's head is used in the trike, the MT. Let's see if I remember my Mars Mission. See, I never got any of the Mars Mission sets because I had to kind of pick between Exo-Force and Mars Mission because they were both out at the same time, and I was still young back then, so I had to kind of save up my money. So I really did not have an option to buy both. And as cool as Mars Mission was, Exo-Force was just simply better because it had a storyline to go with it. So I picked that. However, Mars Mission is an awesome series.
Mars Mission had an incredibly disappointing dropship that I wish I'd never dropped over $100 on. But that is for another time.
Wait, over 100? I don't remember any of the sets being.
You mean the Recon dropship?
Yep.
That was only.
That thing was over 100?
You forget I live in Canada.
Oh, what? It was 40.
I doubt he forgets you ever told anyone.
No, it was 40 when it came out. It can't be that expensive. It's not going to triple the price. They usually increase by like what? 20
Hold up. What was it called?
The Recon
I
dropship. It was.
Can't even bloody remember now.
You're talking about the Recon dropship, or are you talking about the hypersonic operations cruiser, the thing that has the fold-out thing underneath?
That one was cool.
That
but
one.
that's from the second wave, and all of them.
Yeah.
Were from the second wave.
You're talking about that one then?
Yeah,
Okay,
whichever one was more expensive.
Yeah, the Recon dropship was 40. It wouldn't be 100. Yeah. So let's try and stay on topic a little bit. I also just ordered the Iron Predator, which it's kind of lame when you think about it that it just has the one gun on it, but I think it looks cool. It's a giant tank, and I decided to buy it. I got mine for $38 with shipping, which is pretty good because it was originally $40. The only catch is it's missing one 1x6 tile, but that's not a big deal. I can easily replace that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I also am getting a friend of mine the friend who's buying the T1 Typhoon for me, one of the other ones. He's actually said I could keep both of the dinos because he just wants the Typhoon itself.
Dino overload.
So I'm just going to have tons of dinos now. I'm going to have two. I really wish in the T1 Typhoon, even though it was already a pretty big set, I just feel like they should have given you one more Pteranodon because it's exclusive to that set, and it felt like it should have more than one because it's so small compared to the T1 Typhoon. It doesn't even stand a chance. And then the T-Rex just doesn't feel right. It's on the ground versus something in the air. So I wish they would have instead made the T-Rex exclusive to the Iron Predator and then just given you an extra 2 Pteranodons.
Yeah. Here's a thought. Take the dinos, put them in a crazy fight scene with the mystery lime green Bionicle mock in the background.
Yeah, that's a character from a series I wrote.
Okay.
So on to the Firehammer. Now I got this set when the line first came out, and I was just noticing a really weird comparison. If you look at it, it looks a lot like the Vermin Vaporizer. Now this is what the killer is. The Firehammer was 20 when it came out. The Vermin Vaporizer was 60. They're roughly the same size. They have the same design. I actually did some research. The same guy designed both sets.
Huh.
Mark Stafford designed both sets.
Are those really flick fire missiles on the fire hammer?
Yes, that is when that's the year Flick Fire Missiles came out.
5 of them?
It came
Really?
with 4. I found an extra green ball lying around. I had no use for it by itself, so I figured I'd just stick it in there because it looked cool. It looks cool, it doesn't shoot cool, though. Another thing that bummed me about the Firehammer was all the sets lower than it come with 1 minifigure. The 2 small sets come with 1 minifigure. The Typhoon comes with 4. The Iron Prayer comes with 3. And then you've got the Firehammer that just doesn't feel like it's right having only 1 fig. I wish they would have just given you at least 2 because, seriously, you have to have at least 1 guy in the trap, 1 guy in the driver's seat. So it didn't feel quite right. But I can't complain too much. I mean, spend $4, buy another of the smallest vehicle, the Street Sprinter. It's not like it's going to cost you a ton of money. It's like $4, and then just add the extra figure.
Yeah.
And then you get an extra Dino, which incidentally I now have like 6 of the mutant lizards, the smallest dinos, and they were supposed to be. They had 3 with the Firehammer and 1 with the Street Sprinter, and now I own 3 of the Street Sprinters just because I want the Dino and the minifigure. I just tear apart the little pathetic car that they give you.
Those dinos are the best.
Yep.
Better than the
2011
dinos. 2012, whatever. 2012.
Oh, you mean the new one?
Yeah.
The new theme sucks.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. The
Original
minifigures.
dinos are best dinos, though.
Yeah. Exactly.
And they didn't even have
Well,
a light.
dinosaurs were more realistic in the printing and design in the new theme, but the minifigures and sets were just bad.
I don't like realistic stuff. You're gonna make apocalyptic storyline with dinos. Don't make them look realistic. Go overboard if you're already stating that there's a dino related theme where they're trying to take over. Go with it. Just go as long as you want.
Yeah.
Make T1 Typhoon into a. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
I do think pink and purple was going a bit overboard with the mutant lizards.
purple.
Did they have like?
They had a pink one, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters too much. I think it's kind of unique.
Oh yeah, unique. All the
I
way.
wish they would have gone at least 1 more year with this because it was a really good theme. Granted, and I've always wanted to write like a little storyline to go with this. I always feel the urge when there's like a really good theme that has really cool sets but has like either no storyline or just an awful storyline. I just want to write one little short fanfic that just at least gives it the story it deserves.
Like Galaxy Squad.
Yes, like Galaxy Squad and Exo-Force, and I actually started working on Spybotics one, but that didn't go so well because the Spybotics theme is just, it's like Mindstorm. So what are you gonna write about? It was more difficult, and I eventually gave up on that. But at some point, I'll probably write a Dino Attack one.
Spybotics actually did have sort of a story to it, if you ever the games. And there was also quite the story for Exo-Force.
Yes. But the reason why
They
Exo-Force
did it before they could finish the story. They just cut it off.
I hated
Golden
that.
City.
Like we were just getting into this
the deep jungle.
technological, this mechanical jungle, where the twigs had, mechanical components in them, and
Yeah.
Incidentally,
the sensei was captured, and then it just cut off. Nothing else.
I talked with Mark Stafford. I actually talked a little bit with him, or chatted with him on Flickr, and he told me about 2 sets that they were going to design. They were going to have the Jungle Thrasher and then this little vehicle that was unnamed that was going to be like a $4 turtle thingy. And they said after they released the sets they did release, they said the people who were in charge of like keeping track of the money said they should have released those 2 extra ones because the Deep Jungle theme did way better than they expected, because it sold way better than they expected, and they said they shouldn't have killed the line until the end of the year.
Yeah.
That
Could have at least made some final battle thing, Mika 1's mech, and then the Exo-Force's, giant weapon or something. They could have at least made something like that.
Pull a
They were-
Bionicle and make the Exo-Force stars. Make like micro figures of all the Exo-Force characters.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay, so I think That's pretty much it, unless anyone wants to say anything else. Did anybody else get any of the Dino Attack sets?
Never a one.
I had the, what's it called, Iron Predator or whatever, the tank. But that was the only one I ever got.
I got the Urban Avenger. You know, the one with Shadow and that little buggy against the rabbit.
My favorite set after the T1 Typhoon would probably be the Fire Hammer. The Iron Predator just isn't as cool as the Fire Hammer because the Fire Hammer is this Jeep and that's cool, and it seemed like a little bit overboard with the tank. Another thing I noticed is all these sets that they're designing have similarities to other ones. The T1 Typhoon just looks kind of like it's not like the Malevolence. It's more like the Van Class Star Destroyer a little bit, somewhat, and then the Fire Hammer looks like the Vermin Vaporizer, and then the Iron Predator reminds me a lot of the Mobile Defense Tank.
Yeah.
Just like the Lion Face Mobile also reminds me of it. Do you remember the Lion Face Mobile, Meso?
Yes.
You mean
The lion
from
face mobile. Yes. Shima.
That's what we refer to it as, because it's a mobile.
Which one do you mean? Linnox's Lion Attack or the other one?
Or Laval's Royal Fighter.
Yeah. Speaking of which, get hype. Shima Special March 26th, 27th. Forget when. It's making a comeback.
I hate Chima. I'm sorry.
I wish Lego hadn't, invested in all those, the new molds and everything.
Oh my god, it's such a waste of time. It's not even that good. The storyline just sucks.
It has the premise. It's the TV show that's bad.
But the TV show is the storyline. It's what people most refer to.
But it's not.
They're trying to make it better
but
than
it's
Ninjago.
Not.
And I don't even understand how Ninjago got popular in the first place.
Oh my gosh,
Because
I totally do.
Ninjago is good.
It's like Exo-Force. It's the same idea as Exo-Force. Granted, I'm not saying that it's based off Exo-Force, but it's the same kind of theme with like the ninja type robots and stuff. It's everyone likes robots and tanks. Everyone likes robots and tanks. You cannot go wrong with robots.
But we have both of those in Shima. We got monkey mechs and lion and crocodile tanks.
They're not.
I don't think they have any robots in Chima.
They don't have enough
monkey mechs.
They don't have enough.
Say again.
They're mechs.
It's like a bowling ball it's a bowling ball with feet sticking out of it, basically. Gorzan's Gorilla Striker.
Y'all.
Okay, enough of Chima. Let's get that done with. Okay, so second segment. So let me get the thing open. So I actually went into the Brickopedia chat and asked 6 people that were there to vote on what they think the best unlicensed themes were from 2001 up until 2012, and I'm gonna say which ones they are and see what you guys think of those themes and if you agree with them. So 2001, we've got Alpha Team with 4 votes.
I was never too heavily invested in Alpha Team, but what I saw.
Alpha Team was one of my favorite themes, especially in the Mission Deep Freeze.
That was an awesome theme.
And the games that went with it were pretty good, by Lego.com standards at least.
Yeah, and they lost them. They disappeared like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, I was never into Lego to begin with, aside from Bionicle.
Yeah, all
I was
that time
generally
I was
disappointed with Lego that I bought.
I concur.
So.
I was
and
always
incidentally,
while I was interested in Alpha Team from a hey, look at this set standpoint, I was never interested in, to be perfectly honest, any Lego theme outside of hey, look at the set.
Sometimes I just look at the themes and say, hey, that's cool, but it's not worth it to buy the sets. I just stare at it, and it's like, that would be cool to play with for like maybe a day, and then I'd be sick of it.
That's my thoughts. That's my thoughts with Galaxy Squad.
Thanks. Galaxy Squad, okay, it's 2002 also has Alpha Team, however, instead of 4 votes, it's 5 votes. I think it's kind of the same thing. Yes, you guys, of course, agree with this. And then in 2003, we take a break from Alpha Team, and they didn't do Alpha Team in 2003. And for 2003, we've got Adventures Orient Expedition with 3 votes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. That was a really good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I never had the chance to really get into this because 2003 was when I started getting into Bionicle, and I was like 6. So I had like no money. I invested everything into Bionicle. I got like a few of the Bo Rock sets, and that was like it.
Borak, 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 Borak.
Ironically enough, despite having limited funds of my own, which is to say no funds of my own, I managed to get the majority of Bionicle sets from the first few years and still have money left over to get a lot of the Orient Expedition sets because Johnny Thunder is just amazing and to this day is probably the best Lego line ever invented.
I have a friend
No.
who is actually
Yes, Mesonak.
was actually named Johnny that loved Johnny Thunder. He got every single set and then some. And I just look at the sets he has and I say I wish I would have gotten those, but I was like 6 at the time. In fact, when Orient Expedition first came out, I was like 2 because it came out in like what 1997 or 1999. What was it, right?
Yep.
And I was born in 1997, so I couldn't have
So
gotten
was
into
I.
that.
Hero
I was born in
Factory is best
1998,
Lego
so I
line.
was also a bit late into it.
Yeah.
That's probably why I liked Alpha Team Mission Deep Freeze so much, was because by the time I was actually becoming aware of Lego, that was the line that was out.
So
Anyways,
that's-
I'm
Lego
very-
Racers and Lego Island 2, Johnny Thunder parts.
Okay, so for 2004, we've also got Alpha Team with 5 boats, and this is Deep Freeze. And I have to agree, Deep Freeze was just amazing. I loved the transforming sets, the jet and the helicopter in particular, the ice blade that turns into a helicopter. That's just so incredibly cool. You can never go wrong when you have transforming Legos. That's just,
Yeah.
it's the ultimate ability, it's the ultimate function you can add to any Lego set, and it's guaranteed to keep a kid at least occupied for a while.
I don't know,
because
man.
It
Years.
allows
Yeah.
it allows functionality even once you've finished building the set. It allows you to do stuff with it rather than just put it on display.
I don't know, man.
Not re-
Years.
It just allows you to put it on display in different forms.
But you can like transform it, like it's what you.
Yeah, and then put it on display. Hey guys, my motorbike transforms into a helicopter. Let me put it on display as a motorbike right now. Okay, now I've gotten bored of the motorbike. I'm gonna change it into a helicopter and put it on display.
Okay, so for 2005, we've got a tie with 2 and 2 votes. The other 2 votes, I don't remember what it went to. It went to 2 other random themes. But we've got Dino Attack and Vikings tied. Now, of course, you guys already know my
Vikings.
partiality to Dino Attack, and I have to disagree. I don't think Vikings stands a chance. As cool a little theme as it was short-lived, and it was not nearly as cool as Dino Attack's apocalyptic dino theme. It's just...
I don't know, Vikings.
Even though Dino Attack is
Vikings had
more-
really good pieces, like the printings and stuff. And they just had, good set designs.
Yeah, Dino Attack had lame parts. Lame-o. Hey.
Everyone back?
Yeah.
Okay, so after some technical difficulties, we are back. Now, where were we? Okay, we were on Dino Attack versus Vikings.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one do you guys personally think was better? You don't have to own any of the sets, just state what you think which one was better.
I'm not partial to either personally, but from what I've seen of Dino Attack, it impresses me more.
Dino Attack was more impressive after a certain point, but this is around the time where I stopped being interested in Lego sets and was more interested in Bionicle.
Because those aren't
I think
Lego,
I've-
right?
Well,
System. You stopped getting
They're-
interested in system.
okay, they're Lego, but I wasn't interested in system. After 2005,
technic.
Yeah.
After 2005, I think every Lego set I bought from that point on or received just disappointed me.
Y'all.
Besides
So-
Bionicle.
Well, yeah, clearly.
Okay.
I
I
tend
guess-
to refer to Bionicle as Bionicle and System as Lego. So
I hear you.
What do you think, Jeyo? Which one was better?
I don't know. I both like them a lot in different ways. Like, the pieces can be used for...
What just did the sets and the pathetic little story they each had between the two, just in
Vikings
general?
practically had no story.
Yeah, but which one do you think was better? Just the sets themselves, not based off pieces or figures or anything. Just the sets themselves. Which one was better designed? Which one do you like better?
Yeah, probably Dino Attack.
Okay. I had a friend who really was into Vikings because he didn't like the concept of killing dinosaurs for some reason, because apparently killing dragons is different. So he was like super into Vikings. He got like the big honking ship with the serpent, which he still has built to this day. That's the only Viking set he kept together. And it's as amazing as it is, it just didn't feel as exciting because every single set was just these guys fighting dragons.
It's because it
Now-
didn't have flick fire missiles, isn't it?
Yeah, they had quick fire missiles, and they also had catapults.
Wait,
and
what?
stuff.
They actually had flick fire missiles.
Yes,
Oh.
I believe so. I believe the ship actually had some that they used to shoot the serpent.
It's because it wasn't a massive Apache helicopter.
Yes.
I was
that's fine.
referring to Vikings, but yeah.
I know, that's why I was saying Vikings wasn't exciting because it didn't have a massive Apache helicopter.
But Kini, neither did Bionicle. Well,
I know.
eh.
But Bionicle
Oh,
had...
The Axelar and
Hero
T9,
Factory.
that's cooler than any helicopter.
Yeah.
But the Axelar
Yeah, and
T9
Jetpack
is
Rocka.
oh, wait.
Yes, Jetpack Rocket.
Jetpack
Bionicles.
Rocket.
Don't get me started on Hero Factory.
You don't like Hero Factory, Jay?
Oh no, we're
No,
not gonna...
I despise it.
No,
Hmm,
Jan.
Is
No,
it
no.
because it replaced Bionicle?
This is getting cut out, okay?
Oh.
The concept of it.
Yeah. You don't like
Oh.
heroes? You like villains? You're a villain?
No, I just don't like the concept of Hero Factory.
I think the storyline is just silly. It wasn't as good as Bionicle. It wasn't serious enough. It was just... That's all I
It
have
hasn't
to say.
been around for 10 years either. And they were trying to make it accessible to kids again.
Bionicle was awesome because they designed every part of the set, including the canister it comes in, was even featured in the storyline. It felt so alive when you
Start.
started with Bionicle. Your factory, we build heroes. Don't I get to build them?
Don't I get to build it? Yeah, that's...
You do. Hero Recon.
Oh
Yup.
my god. Okay, so let's just...
Yes,
Oh.
what?
And the piece design of the Hero Factory sets, the pieces just were not as good.
Jeyo, you've got to realize you're talking to two people who are kind of fans of Hero Factory, as well as Bionicle.
Oh,
Kini doesn't buy much of the sets, but I am possibly one of the most... Well, I'm not so much of a fan, I can't see its flaws, but I am a fan in the sense I buy quite a lot of them.
Bionicle was better. I accept Hero Factory, it exists, I don't like it, but I'm not going to constantly complain about it.
Gotta
That
sink
was-
cash into that jet rocket.
That's
Anyway,
the only
carry on.
That is the only set I'm getting. Jet Rocka is just awesome because it reminds me so much of the the Battle for Power vehicle sets. It's just got the same sort of flow to it. We are so off topic right now. This is all gonna be gone. I can't keep. Okay,
You
fine.
need some funny moments in a record.
Okay. 2006, we have a unanimous vote of 6 votes for Exo-Force, which is no surprise to me because Exo-Force just blew every other theme out of the water when it first came out. Everyone loved it. Nobody, you cannot go wrong with mechs and tanks. I've told you this before.
You can.
I didn't like Exo-Force when it first came out. I mean, what?
Shut up, Kini.
Why did you not like it?
Because I'm a critic and...
Really, I never would have guessed.
Yeah, I know, right?
The sets were beautifully designed. They were very well priced.
They were very flimsy and very, very painful to do anything other than display in very wonky, uncool poses.
Tell that to the Aero Booster.
What the heck
One
is
of the
that?
only things I didn't like about Exo-Force were all the stickers. They
I
came
like
with
the
All
stickers.
stickers.
I
Stickers.
like stickers. Now, see, people tend to like the decaled and the what's it called? The printed bricks because you don't have to worry about messing up. Now, see, the reason why I like stickers is because you can put them on other things, and that's still considered purist to put stickers on stuff. So, look, like what I do is I actually go and I buy like all the Exo-Force stickers online. Like I bought like probably 3 pairs of the Stealth Hunter stickers, and I just put the AO1 thing on the side of any like mechs that I make, anything that I make that's custom built, and it just looks, the Exo-Force stickers look beautiful on other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so on to 2007, we have a tie for Exo-Force and Mars Mission. Now, I have to say, I personally think Exo-Force was better, but Mars Mission was also very good. People tend to think I'm towards Exo-Force. Mars Mission was awesome as well. The one game that they had was, to this day, my favorite Lego game.
Crystallian Conflict.
Yes, that was just such a good game.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yes, and I actually, I'm not going to get into this.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then in 2000, or wait. What do you guys think about 2007, a tie for
Dude.
Exo-Force Mission?
I never followed Mars Mission. I could have sworn it came out way earlier than 2007, but I guess not.
Wait.
Nope.
Oh wait, 2007 was Mars Mission's first wave, right?
Yes.
What on earth?
Ah.
That seems like so many years ago. I never really followed it to get a good grasp on the sets, but from what I've seen of Exo-Force, that still was very good that year. But, you know, for all I know, Mars Mission was just as great. I just never bought any of the sets to discern for myself.
Exo-Force was better, but I liked Mars Mission more that year because the recon dropship looked vaguely like a pelican, and that alone made me want to get it. I never did. I have a thing for dropships, okay? I will buy like anything that has dropship in the title
too.
just because.
I want to buy the recon dropship. I want to buy the Crystal Reaper. See what I like the Crystal Reaper because it's power function compatible. I just find that so cool. A set that they design specifically so it's compatible with a set. Okay, so for 2008 we've got Mars Mission with 4 votes and Exo-Force with 2. I've got to agree. I love Exo-Force, but it wasn't good enough in the Deep Jungle wave. They only had 7 sets, and it just didn't feel as cool as before. It felt like, hey, this is the end. We're gonna give you these random sets that you don't even. We literally give you one comic that has them in it. That's it. It just didn't feel alive enough. Whereas Mars Mission, it felt like a step up. We're taking a step up. We found the alien hive. They've kind of got like a story with it, and it's just cool. It stays cool. In fact, it gets better. Whereas with Exo-Force, it's kind of winding down, and it's just not as exciting. Now, they were cool sets, but they just didn't feel as cool as the other ones because you didn't really have a story to go with them. You literally have one comic where they drive down the mountain, they start fighting these random things, and then there's this mini-bot battle, and then it's over. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. Mars Mission introduced like new set designs. They were bigger and more complex, and they also introduced the Alien Commander.
That was cool.
They had new minifigures, and Exo-Force was just redesigning the torsos of the main characters, which was about it.
The only good set of Deep Jungle was the Hybrid Rescue Tank. That was the only one that even impressed me because it had like the split function where the top could come off, and that was like kind of reminiscent to the Mars mission sets, so that's why I kind of liked that one. And I really wish I would have gotten to Mars mission at that time, but at that time we've also got Bionicles, so I was buying all the Battle for Power sets, and I was getting all stocked up on like all the Battle for Power vehicles.
Battle for Power.
So that was taken. But the ones that I really wish I would have gotten.
But like the Accelera T9 or whatever their numbers are.
Yep. What's ironic is I never got the Rocco, but I got two of the Jet Traxes. I got the yellow and the blue ones, but I never got the Rocco. And the yellow one is worth like $300 now online, and I almost want to sell it, but it's just so cool having it.
Yeah.
It's so rare now. It's epic having it. It's like the same thing. The Golden Guardian, for example, is just epic, but I could sell it for like what, $150 when I really wish I would have just bought one more. If I could have gotten one Mars mission set, it would have been the Crystal Reaper because it was $50 at the time. It was power function compatible. It was a really good set for $50. It was really substantial in parts, and it came with the Alien Commander, which I would have liked to get at least one of, but I didn't get it, and now the Crystal Reaper is $100 minimum on Bricklink, and I can't find it for any cheaper. So it's now doubled the price, and I'm hoping at one point I might find like an auction, like some idiot who doesn't know what he has to sell it. That's how I tend to get the good prices on stuff. It's people who don't know what they have in their hands, what it's worth. They just put it online. Hey, let's start the bid at $5 and see what I get for it.
Gotta get the type deals.
That's the type of people I get most of my good deals for. Okay, so then we've got 2009. We've got Power Miners with 4 votes. What do you guys think?
Yeah. What other themes even like? Is this strictly? Yeah, well, this isn't strictly comparing new themes, obviously, but were there even any other new IPs that year?
I don't.
Factory?
Atlantis.
Okay. Atlantis.
And then we've got 2010. We've got a 2-2 tie for Power Miners and Atlantis, which is, yeah.
Well, still okay. Power Miners launched in 2009, right?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, Power Miners. I agree. Power Miners wasn't anything too fantastic, but they had some good sets.
And then with 2010, we've got a tie for Power Miners and Atlantis. Now, I didn't actually get either of these sets, but I've got to lean more towards Atlantis. I really liked how they did things. It felt kind of like this ancient theme, but with Power Miners, it's so close to Rock Raiders that it just makes me sick. It's too close to Rock Raiders. It's like the whole same thing over again. It didn't feel like a new theme. It didn't feel different enough that I didn't get any of the sets. I didn't get any Atlantis sets either, but I kind of wish I would have gotten a few of the small ones. And then
I liked Atlantis because it felt like Alpha Team again, but I liked Rock Raiders because it felt like not Rock Raiders. I like the Power Miners because it felt like Rock Raiders. But unfortunately, neither of them were good enough.
And then for 2011 and 2012, we've got Ninjago, and I don't think any of us disagree.
2010, I cast my vote with Hero Factory, and then in 2011, I cast my vote with Ninjago.
And then what about 2012?
2012. What themes came out in 2012? Well,
Ninjago.
Hero Factory. 2012 Hero Factory wave was
Hero Factory and Bionicle Hero Factory and Bionicle are not included in this.
Forget that, I like them better than all system.
Because it's a hands down, everyone would say Hero Factory and Bionicle are at the top because everyone loves it. So I want to get some more system thoughts. Okay, so that is the end of segment
2012.
And now, so go ahead. What you have to say for segment 3? I'm gonna let Meso introduce this segment, whatever it is. So, what you said, you had something else that you that might be a discussion possibility.
I posted 3 things. Wait, I posted 2 things earlier in the day. One of which being a Yoda Chronicles book with exclusive minifigures, and one of which the Empire Strikes Out DVD. And then you had that minifig maker thing.
Alright, the minifig thing we can do last.
Okay.
So, the Empire Strikes Out, I have no interest in. We're not going to discuss that. Can
Yeah.
you give the link for the Yoda Chronicles thing?
Fine, I do all
Have
the
a
work.
So I don't have a super huge interest in Yoda Chronicles. The prices are just off the charts expensive. It makes me, I don't want to buy them. They're cool, like the minifigures for the Stealth Starfighter is as cool as they are. It's not worth $70 for that.
But that minifigure in that book, look at that.
Is the same thing as the one that comes in Jex 14 Starfighter,
Special Forces command.
except the colors are reversed. It's got blue on white instead of white on blue.
You kidding me?
Nope, they're identical. They just have the colors flipped.
What's the deal?
I don't know.
They're still flipped colors, yo.
Okay. So now that we have that out of the way, wait. Oh, I didn't discuss it at all. Okay. So Star Wars Yoda Chronicles book exclusive minifigure. Ooh, yay.
Echo.
Okay.
So we've got this exclusive minifigure that's like super cool, except it's not really. It's just the colors are reversed.
I'd shell out the cash for that fig. Look at that, $10.
But still, it's still exclusive, flipped colors or not.
Look at that,
Let's remember back in the 90s, when Lego in the 90s was like, the space theme had 4 different minifigure, space, I don't know, astronaut dudes, and they were just different colors of the same minifig.
Yeah.
With the same design, but
But
different
yeah, that's
colors.
all.
Okay, so that's pretty much it for segment 3. That was incredibly boring. Here we've got segment 4. This is kind of interesting as we wrap up. I found this thing online off Brickset, which it's kind of cool. This guy for $5 will illustrate you as a minifigure. He'll draw you up as a minifigure, and if you throw in another $10, he'll send you, with shipping included, a customized minifigure that matches the photo. Which I think is really cool. I mean, I don't want one of myself, but I could think of dozens of things that I could have him design based off another character and basically have it's like as good as a custom minifigure design thing, except for it's cheaper. It's like $15, whereas most places would charge you like $30 for it.
Yeah. I find it quite cool, but not enough to drop the cash. But those are some reasonable cash dropping prices.
Mm-hmm.
$15 for a completely custom minifigure is pretty good.
Someone needs to customize a panda. Give it to us
Yup.
for our logo. Endemic
Or-
panda.
You guys could pitch in the money, like each pitch in $1 and do
Get
that. So what do you think, Jeyo?
Yeah, I'm willing to pitch in $1.
No, not
I
yet.
mean,
Not
do you,
yet.
Depends what we're making.
would you,
I mean,
did you get the link?
yes,
So do you understand what this guy does?
yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm
It's
thinking.
not something I'd be really wanting to get.
That's my deal.
It's a minifigure. I don't really find it worth anything
But it's
more
completely
than a couple.
from scratch custom. You've got to admit that's kind of cool.
If I was gonna pay $15 on what is essentially a Lego piece, I would spend $15 and go to Heir of the Chronicler for a custom mask.
Nah.
That's true. But regardless, even though I wouldn't drop the money on this, I do actually find it cool. It's just
Okay,
one of those
so-
things.
That's the end of segment 4. There is a little bit of discussion I want to do since Jeyo wasn't here last time. I want to get his thoughts for segment 5, the future of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Did you see the trailer for that, Jeyo?
Yeah,
What do you
although
think?
I didn't really care to watch Dave talking about it, so I sort of skipped to the main
Yeah,
trailer.
I did that too. I actually posted. I was the first person on YouTube to get it up, and I cut out the Dave part, and I've got now like 1,200 views. It's my most watched video, and it's all because I was the first person to get it up. and literally 1% of all the people who watch that video watch at least 1% of all the people who go looking for it end up watching mine instead of the official one. And then 10% of those 1% end up going and watching Facecast.
Very nice.
So it's a good way to bring in people to watch. So what did you think, Jeyo, about the video? What do you think about the Jedi? What do you think about the fact that Tup's acting funny and he ends up going and shooting one of the Jedi?
Well, the Jedi, I mean, they look sort of like Kit Fisto species. I don't know. I thought they looked cool. Tup, I don't know. Maybe there was some defect in him, or Order 66 was, triggered prematurely in him, or, there was something, something snapped in him. It seemed like he was, like, fluctuating back and forth from executing Order 66 and then trying to be normal. So he went and shot that Jedi, and then he was like, wait, what did I just do? And then
what about the fact that, like, Fives kind of is noticing this, but he doesn't really seem to do anything about it?
Yeah, he just said, Tup, no! And then after he shot the Jedi, he went and tackled him. I don't know.
And then we lose Tup's helmet, because he took off his helmet, and now Tup's helmet's gone. It's like worst part of the whole episode. Now Tup has to make another helmet with a teardrop underneath his eye. He'll probably be crying while he does because he lost his first one. And then we've got Leslie, Admiral Trench. I think that's pretty freaky that he's back. It takes a lot to survive an explosion. You're getting exposed to the vacuum of space and a proton torpedo missile to the bridge of that ship.
Yeah, he took there were several missiles fired from his own ship, and they just blew up his cockpit. But I like to see he's back, and that's sort of cool. I like the new cybernetic implants they gave him.
I think it's creepy.
That yellow eye, the way it keeps going out.
Oh my gosh, that was so incredibly weird. Trench scares me. A lot of people think he's funny because he goes the.
Yeah, he clicks his teeth, sort of like a spider. I mean, he is practically a spider.
I think it's just scary. And we get to see a little bit more of his land battle expertise because in the first episode we saw him fighting in space more, but then we get to see some of his land battle expertise, and he made some very good moves with using the droidicas and utilizing the jetpack super battle droids right behind him. That was a good move. It's just he has good tactics.
Yeah, I'd like to see them show more of that because in the first episode we saw him in, he didn't seem quite like the genius he was said to be. Admiral Yularen, he's like, yeah, this guy's a tactical genius. He's going on about how dangerous he is, and he was defeated
by Anakin. Yeah, Anakin beats everybody.
Well, yeah, but it just didn't seem like, I don't know. It didn't seem like he was very smart. So I'm glad that they're putting him in and giving him some, more screen time and making him better.
Okay, so if I have one more last question before we wrap up. If you guys could get any one set from the past 10 years, it has to be a system set from one of these themes that I mentioned, whether it be Alpha Team, Dino Attack, Exo-Force, or Mars Mission. What set would it be?
That's
Mega Blocks Forward Unto Dawn. I mean, what?
The Bionicle Metro Nui playset.
No Bionicle.
Toxic Reaper from Hero Factory that adds system parts.
Hero Factory.
He said system.
That has system parts. In all seriousness, I would probably get some.
Yeah, some system sets use Technic parts, but they're still system.
Yup.
True.
In all seriousness, I would likely pick up some from Exo-Force that I never got. I could not name a specific set. Either that or I'd get the Typhoon, which you got, because that seems cool.
Yeah. If I had to recommend one Exo-Force set that you can't possibly live without, I'd recommend the Aero Booster. That's always pleased me. It has a split function, it has a rocket, and it has a giant booster pack. You cannot go wrong with a robot with a giant jetpack that's 3 times its size. You can't go wrong pretty much in any way with Exo-Force.
Yeah.
What about you, Jeyo? Okay.
Of the set I would get? I don't know. I'm sort of... I don't know. I'd have to give that a lot of thought.
Give it some thought right now, and we'll let Kini answer. And no saying Mega Blocks.
Mega
do not
blocks
like.
forward unto dawn, clearly. But no, to be perfectly honest, if I could buy any Lego set from any of those themes, I wouldn't buy any Lego set from any of those themes. I'd save my money.
No,
Go
if you could get one, like, if money was no object and you could just buy one set, if you could say, if a dude that walked up to you said he owned every single Mars mission, Exo-Force, etc., 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 set, and he said you can have one of them, which one would it be?
Well, if money was no, I'd just bribe him to give me more.
If money was no object, I'd still keep it.
You're impossible, Kini. Jeyo, what about you?
I am impossible. I really dislike Lego nowadays, to be perfectly honest.
What do you think, Jeyo? If you could pick one set from Exo-Force or Dino Attack or...
I'd
Mars
probably
mission.
get the largest set, like the castle from Orient Expedition.
Is that just because you want the biggest set?
No, I actually really liked its design and stuff.
Okay.
And I didn't get many of the Orient Expedition sets, so it would be nice to have that one. Bobo was
What? Lego's not worth my money, and my money is incredibly hard earned. You have no idea. But if I could get any Lego set ever that's not Technic, I'd totally get the Superstar Destroyer. And then I'd modify it to be an Eclipse.
Oh, yes, the Eclipse. I'm surprised you know about that.
What's the Eclipse?
The
I've known
Eclipse.
about it probably longer than you have.
Wow, when did you learn about it?
8 years ago.
I learned about it, like, when I first started playing Empire at War Forces of Corruption. That's where I learned about it.
Yep. And yet, I knew about it way before Empire War, so yeah.
Do you play Empire at War?
I have never played this expansion, but that's not the point.
Okay, you don't know what the Eclipse is, Jeyo? You don't know what the Eclipse is?
Right.
It's essentially the Death Star in a Star Destroyer.
It's a Star Destroyer shape with the super laser of a Death Star, and it's
Is that EU?
Hmm?
That's Extended Universe.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
It's incredibly.
Yeah,
It's
not my strong point in Star Wars.
I tend to lean more towards the Clone Wars. However, I do have a semi broad.
This is so off topic. We gotta cut it out.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, so if I could go back and buy any one set from any of those themes, I would probably say the Crystal Reaper, the Crystal Reaper from Mars Mission, because it's impossible to get nowadays for a decent price, and I want to get one and put power functions in it, and to get a fully functional power function set, that's going to cost $50 right there. So like $150 to make a fully functional power function thing. If I would have bought it when it first came out, it would have been half that.
Yep.
So that's kind of a bummer, and I might still do it if I find an idiot who is willing to sell a Crystal Reaper for a lot cheaper. And with that, let's wrap it up. This has been the 4th episode of Infinite Inspiration Incorporated Facecast. I am Joev14, and I was with
Mesonak.
Kini Hawkeye.
Jeyo.
And we hope you guys enjoy your week. We are not going to be doing an episode next week because of spring break and because of lack of discussion topics, so we're hoping giving it 2 weeks will give us more time.
Here.
So, yeah, those of you who are listening, go ahead and go watch the TheThreeVirtues channel. They've got some pretty cool stuff on there, too, and they'll be posting over spring break, I assume.
We're so pro, you don't even know.
So, yeah.
By that, he means we're really not, because he's Meso.
All right. See ya, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.